Seems like a pretty reasonable ask, an ask that would also benefit Republicans in red states, by the way, which I'll get to in just a moment. And even though Trump needs Democratic votes to keep the government open, he and his mouthpieces are just sitting here pretending that what the Democrats are asking for is health care for undocumented immigrants.
They want to have illegal aliens come into our country and get massive health care at the cost to everybody else, and we don't have it. And that's I would say, the number one reason that they want to strike is to get illegal immigrants health care. And, you know, Gavin Newsom wants that, too, in California, and it's destroying California. We can't have that. We're not going to let it happen.
The original thing they did with this negotiation, it was a $1.5 trillion spending package, basically saying to the American people, we want to give massive amounts of money, hundreds of billions of dollars to illegal aliens for their health care while Americans are struggling to pay their health care bills. That was their initial foray into this negotiation. We thought it was absurd. We told them it was absurd. And now they come in here saying that if you don't give us everything that we want, we're going to shut down the government. We think that's preposterous. We think it's totally unacceptable. And we think the American people are going to suffer because these guys won't do the right thing.
Here's the deal. This is a bald-faced lie. I'm going to say this unequivocally. Undocumented immigrants are not eligible for a single dime of healthcare funding in the ACA marketplace. They are not eligible for ACA subsidies, and continuing those subsidies does not afford a single undocumented immigrant healthcare, period. And don't take my word for it. Look at healthcare.gov's own website. This is a site run by the Trump administration, which says, quote, people in these groups can get coverage through the marketplace if they're eligible. United States citizens, U.S. nationals, lawfully present immigrants. Undocumented immigrants can't get marketplace health coverage, period. But Trump is just that desperate to prevent Americans from having affordable health care, and so he's straight up lying about it. And as I mentioned before, it's not just Democrats who he's hurting. In fact, it is disproportionately Republicans in terms of new eligibility signups. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, enrollment in marketplace plans reached 24.3 million for 2025, up from 11.4 million in 2020. That's growth of 113% for those 5 years. Almost all states have seen some level of increase since 2020. However, there are 6 states where enrollment more than tripled, and all of them were won by President Donald Trump in the 2024 election. The highest increases were in Texas and Mississippi, where enrollment grew by 255% and 242% respectively. In Louisiana and West Virginia, enrollment increased by 234%, while Georgia saw an increase of 227%. Enrollment rose in Tennessee by 221%. Overall, the study found that enrollment grew by 157% on average in states won by Trump, while it increased by an average of 36% in states carried by former Vice President Kamala Harris.